Jamie with Creations Misfit, and today I'm going to show you how to make this cell phone case. This little fringy, cute cell phone case. So what you're going to need is whatever, if you want to do 2 colors of yarn or 1 color, it doesn't matter. I just used pink for the entire one that I made earlier, and then a little bit of gray for the middle fringe. So I'm using Caron Simply Soft. This is a size 4 yarn, and I think the 4 yarn probably works best. So we'll use that, and then a 4.5mm crochet hook, a yarn needle, and scissors to cut and sew in our ends. And then later you might need a measuring tape just to measure the fringe, but you can kind of eyeball it too. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to make this in the purple color and then do my middle fringe with green. So to get started, we are going to do a slip knot and then start chaining. Slip knot, and then we're going to chain 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, this is what worked for my phone and also another phone that's here in the house. They're a little bit different in size, but this has some give and it is stretchy. So you can usually slip a phone in there. If your phone is much smaller or larger, just go ahead and chain across the bottom of your phone and see about how many chains fit across the bottom, and then do 1 more. So, but I think 13 is pretty good for most modern phones. All right, and then we're going to single crochet in the second stitch from the hook. So not this first one here, but the very second one, we're going to place a single crochet. And then we're going to single crochet in the next 10 stitches, or next 10 chains. So there should just be 1 left at the end, and we will have 11 total so far. So go ahead and single crochet in the next 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This hook, it's like it's not very smooth. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we should have 1 chain left at the end, and in that chain you're going to do 3 single crochets, all in the same chain. So this will turn our work for us. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to single crochet 11 across the back. So your work kind of turned with you when you did those 3. And then I'm going to hide my tail behind here if you're wondering why I'm dragging this along. But just go into these chains from the beginning and we'll do 11 across the back. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should have grabbed a better needle. 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 in the last one. Okay, and we are going to, once you're finished with the 11 from the back, we're going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet that we did. So you want to look over here for your very first one. This right there kind of looks like maybe you want to go into it, but there's nothing there. That's not a stitch. So make sure you go over to your very first one and slip stitch. And we should have a total of 25 stitches at this point. And you can just cut this little piece if you want at that point. Okay, so from here we are going to chain 1 and we're going to single crochet 25 all the way around. So you're just going to place 1 single crochet in every stitch around, starting with the very first one. I'm not going to do all these with you, but I just want to get you started here. So it's just 1, 2, 3, and so on. So go ahead and do 25, and then we will meet back up. Okay, at the end of round 2 here, we're going to slip stitch into our very first single crochet again. So make sure that you don't, it's going to look like you want to go in here or even the chain there, but that's not what you want to do. Make sure that you go all the way over to the very first single crochet that you did. If you need to put a stitch marker in there to keep track, that's fine, but just make sure you always have 25. And this is what it should be looking like at this point. So from here we're going to chain 1 to start round 3, and we are going to do a half double crochet in this very first stitch, the same one that our chain is in. So there's your half double crochet. And then if you want to place a stitch marker here, just so you know where you're going to slip stitch into when you come back around, that would be fine, but if you don't need to, that's fine as well. As long as you count, you should be okay, but sometimes it's hard to find that first stitch. So we're going to do half double crochets all the way around, and you should have 25 again. This is round 3. We've done 1 already, so go ahead and do 25 total half double crochets, and then I will see you in a minute. Okay, finished round 3 here, and we're going to slip stitch into the first again, and my first is right over here. I know it's kind of awkward. It looks like you want to get in here or in the chain, but this is a chain 1, so you want to go all the way over to your very first half double crochet and slip stitch. And the bottom of our pouch is starting to form. So we're going to chain 1. And now this is just a repeat pattern. So for rounds 4 through 23, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do 1 round of single crochet and then a round of half double crochet, single and then half double. In between each one, you're going to slip stitch to the first and chain 1 and then go on. So this is round 4. We're going to be doing our single crochets, and make sure you go into that very first stitch where your chain was. So we do a single crochet here, and then make sure you do 25 all the way around. 3, and keep going. And then when you get to the end, slip stitch, chain 1, and then your next round will be a half double crochet. So this is round 4. You can do as many or as little rounds as you need for your own phone. The phones that I used for mine were let's see, a Galaxy S9 and a Galaxy S20, and those both fit in there perfectly fine. I know that the iPhones are about the same size, so just measure it with your phone as you go if you need to. But for me, it was 23 rows total, which was, let's see, this one here. Yeah, this was 23 rows. And then we have 1 row at the end that we'll come back to together to do before our fringe. But so this is round 4. Go 4 through 23 alternating rows, single crochet, half double crochet, and then we'll come back. I'll come back about halfway through and show you how it's looking. Hey guys, I just finished working round 12 and I just wanted to show you how it's turning out. So this is about what you should have halfway through. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. Round 12 was a single crochet row, so If you notice, all the even rows are single crochet and all the odd rows are half double crochet. So I'm going to keep going with 13 through 23 and see you back here soon. I just finished up my round 23 and this is what I have. So we just have one round left, and that's round 24, or however many you're on, if you need it to make it smaller or larger. And for the last one, we're going to chain 1, and then our first stitch is going to be a single crochet 2 together, or a decrease. So if you're unfamiliar with that, you just go into the first stitch just like you would a normal single crochet, yarn over and pull up a loop. And then instead of pulling through these 2 loops, we're going to go into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. So you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. So we just put 2 stitches together. So that's a decrease. And I just wanted to decrease a little bit at the top just to cinch it a little bit. So from here, we're going to single crochet in the next 11 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then we're going to do another single crochet decrease. So go into the first, pull up a loop, go into the second, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. And then we should have 10 stitches left, so just single crochet in each of those last 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then slip stitch to the first single crochet that you made, and then we will cut our yarn and we can tie off and weave in those ends. Sorry, there's a really loud car outside if you heard that. Dropping off DoorDash to somebody. Okay, so from here we are done with the pouch, and this is what it should look like. And we are going to do our fringe. So you could do the fringe any way you like. This is how I did it on the first one. I just did the same color for the top and the bottom, something different for the middle. You could do 3 rows of all the same fringe, whatever you'd like. So we need to cut our fringe. This part is pretty tedious, to be honest, but I just like the look of it when it's done, so I feel like it's kind of worth the time it takes to do it. And you are going to want to cut, I used pieces that were about 5.5 inches long for this one, and then I could trim them a little bit to fit what I wanted. So I would say cut a bunch of pieces about 5.5 inches long, and let's see, I don't know if I went into, I don't think I went into every stitch, but maybe like 12 pieces, something like that for each row. So I'm going to cut some of mine and then show you how I attached it. All right, I just did some sample pieces. You guys don't need me to go through every single piece of fringe here, otherwise it would take forever. So let me just show you. I just take my piece of fringe, kind of like this on my finger, and then with my yarn hook, I mean, you can attach fringe however you like. This is how I did it. It seemed to be pretty easy. So you just want to find a place where you can attach, let's see, I mean, it feels kind of awkward, to be honest with you, but I just tried to go under this first stitch and find a place like here, and then put my fringe on my hook, pull it through. Maybe. Oh my goodness. I swear it gets easier. Okay, and then both pieces I chain. I just pull through and chain 1. And then your fringe is attached. Just kind of do it like that. So I go across the top. Make sure you're going into the same row with each piece of fringe. And you might find that there's too much space in between fringe and you have to go back and put a piece here or there, but you'll get the hang of it once you get going. Just chain one, make sure you're chaining with both pieces so that they both come through. And that's how I did my fringe. So I just did that all the way across the top, and then I cut it so that it's even here, so that all the pieces are pretty even. Once I get it all across, I just kind of cut some of them like this. And then I start the next round of fringe. Just probably, if the fringe is going to be this long, then I would start the next round here, so you don't really see the top of it. And then it comes down, and then start the next one and go down from there. So like I said, this part's pretty tedious. It takes a little bit of time, but I think that it's worth it for the final product. And then when you're done, it should look something like this. And you can slide your phone in and use it. You can also, if you want, just attach some yarn right here and maybe do like 10 chains and attach a button to the back, and then you'll have like a thing to close it. I didn't do that with mine, but that's always an option. So I hope that you like this video, and if you could like the video and subscribe, I would be really grateful. I have a ton of videos up already, tutorials for all kinds of things. Small projects, big projects, blankets, tons of hats, scarves, messy bun beanies. I have, let's see, what else did I do recently? Oh, I have stocking, faux fur scrunchies, fingerless gloves, all kinds of stuff. I just did a fingerless glove one today that I'm going to be posting. So if you'd like to check out any of the other videos, please do so. And also, if you could comment on this video, let me know what colors you used or who you made it for, how it worked out for you. I always love to hear about who's making my projects or where you're from, how you found me, things like that. So feel free to leave a comment. I'm also on Instagram at Creations Misfit if you'd like to tag me in a post. If you post your project there or message me over there, that would be great too. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you have a really great day, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch the video today. Have a great one. Bye-bye.